What is going on, you guys? It's Vergil, and in this one, we're going to be back with my updated top 10 tier list here on Dragon Ball Legends, and it's been a couple of releases since I've uploaded a tier list video. I think it was Metal Cooler was the final one, and then we got Vegeta 4, we got 3Ku, we got Android 13, and I did not update you guys here in a video format, but if you guys are following me over on X, I always drop a list when a new character does release. So if you guys have missed those, you're going to be pretty surprised here from comparatively to my last video tier list. I know these guys have been dominating the game ever since their release, and a lot of the characters, after them have been kind of revolving around them. So we've had obviously the Triple Ultra scenario, which has been very dominant. I would argue still very dominant. Of course, we've had the birth of GT, so it's these two guys plus the Bomb Goku, still one of the best teams in the game currently. And then we also have this guy making an insane addition to numerous different lineups, giving rebirth to kind of movies or villain movies. We do have androids kind of sub-meta. We do have him pretty much leadered on a majority of this stuff. So now futures remeta, powerful opponents. He is one right there, but you're going to continue to see value from this guy right here. I would presume throughout the rest of the year. So definitely a really crazy value pickup. But besides that, I'm not going to waste any time here. Make sure to drop a like in the video, subscribe if you guys are new, and I'm going to give you guys my updated takes here. So I remember Metal Cooler, I believe, on his, the last video list, he was making like a top 10 placement. Funny enough, he never really moved up, but he retained that spot very well. So with the increased value of, I would say, powerful opponents as a whole, movies, he's pretty good because he's just actually providing that wall roll value, and we're seeing not too many, I guess characters like Namek Goku being sub, being taking hits here and there. We got the release of Vegeta 4. We got abilities that kind of counteract or play against the Namek Goku like Android 13. And then we have this guy, of course, having the anti-lock now. So the Ultras, they're trying to push him out. You're definitely going to see some fluctuation, maybe even be surprised with this tier list right here. But I will be starting out the best unit in the game, and then I'm going to be moving down. Honorable mentions, just a quick detail, tier list, not individual based. It's definitely overall how the meta has shifted. So you're going to be some characters moving up, some characters moving out. And this is not strictly off individual. It has to be stated in every single video because people are like, oh, but this guy's more broken. Then shut the fuck up. Like, play the game. And yeah, this guy is clearly the #1 unit in the game. I've seen some people say, he's definitely off. Like, given the powerful opponents, obviously these two share the same tag, completely walls off Frieza, to a crazy degree right now, whether it's this future lineup, so a future powerful opponent lineup. So it's this two plus the Zamasu. Let me actually find this guy. I don't have him on this. I kind of just opened up this tier list here. He is just seeing some ridiculous songs. You're probably going to be surprised where I place this guy right here, but LF Zamasu with his platinum equipment, man, is feeding generations. It's like Godku 2.0. You guys seen when he released. It's holding that top 5 position for a very long time, and excuse me, Zamasu is about to do the same thing. Or top 10 at least, I would presume, for quite a bit of time here. But yeah, this is probably the best team in the game. This guy makes the team happen. It's just to sustain around these gauge, the capabilities of building up and being able to do the massive amounts of damage. I think people are hella focused on his final counter damage, which is not really like that crazy. Obviously the AoE is cool, obviously the debuffs are cool, and it's going to be impactful, especially if you can sack him off late game. But the way he's able to survive, and there's all this healing on this setup, it's like Daima pretty much. They got like a lot of these Daima type comp scenarios going on right now. There's been plenty of teams that has shown true sustain, like Frieza Saga, even freaking Triple Ultra, for Christ's sakes. There's a lot of teams that just constantly heal, but this guy right here, providing the heals, this guy with the disrupt heals, and then Zamasu, the Ultra Zamasu, is the same exact thing. These guys are practically immortal if you don't play super risky, and they're able to still do a ton of damage. 13 being the support character, the 50% support, unconditional, by the way, so he's not tag lock, is extremely valuable. It doesn't matter who you run. I guess you could run anyone on the third with these two. You could also run anyone on the third with these two, and it's gonna pretty much make a disgusting combo. So that's why I would say this guy right here is indisputably, I really don't want to place. I see people placing this guy, like I said, at #1 just because of the value he does provide, and you know, what he does for all these teams, how versatile he is, but he doesn't make the team, in my opinion. If you were running the team without him, this is still a crazy scenario. So if you wanted to Namek lead in this scenario, say you wanted to Frieza in this scenario, say you wanted to UV4 in this, like anything, MUI is kind of sort of back because Frieza has taken a step back. I wouldn't say this guy is a #1 character just because he doesn't, you know, given he is a crazy asset for the teams, he doesn't make the teams. UCMZ does have that like heavy presence in the meta factor where it's like he is the most solid in terms of if you have this lineup, any lineup that you are kind of running around him, he's going to be able to do everything for you. So whether that's damage, whether that's sustain, the disrupts. I didn't even speak on the disrupts yet. The disrupts on this lineup is stupendous. So this guy constantly disrupting with the gauge. Same thing with Zamasu. He's able to disrupt. And this guy, of course, 13 as well. All these guys providing just insane disrupt. But yeah, best team in the game easily. I'm going to have CMZ at the top. And the #2 character. I know it's crazy. I was talking about, you know, him. People talking about him being #1. I see him as the #2 character right now. Excuse me, I've had this stupid cough for like 2 weeks now. But yeah, the top 2 Android 13. I could see him at like 2 or 3, the lowest, to be completely honest with you guys. He is just so damn good, so damn valuable. He's just like prime Vados, a character that's not only able to hold his own, he's got a revival, he's got the disrupt, the support. He's able to do pretty solid damage. He's insanely versatile. He's brought back and valued a plenty amount of characters from Metal Cooler, Frieza, you know, you name it, right? Just any character in the game you're running with this guy is really freaking good. So, third place, I will be having to give the, so the best team in the game is the top 3 characters. Wrong. Nope, you thought I was gonna say that, man. UV4, let's not sleep on the boy. Hold on, man. If you've been playing the game, you already know that this guy individually might be the placeholder. So we're making tier lists. It's like the battle of the individual versus the meta right now. I would say if you're putting these two side by side, I've seen a lot of people downplay UCMZ when I think he's obviously insane individually, but it's more of a meta placement. So he is just very dominant with his current best team to be argued outside of the top 1. Incomparable to this guy where his best team is still GT in my opinion, and it's just, you know, the other team is a bit more consistent, has a lot more going on for itself. But do not sleep on this character. He's being held up a little bit more by the individual side right now, and obviously you can still pair them up with whoever. You can definitely get kind of mixy with the leader slot position. But yeah, the you know, the swap in, the chain cards, the crazy damage, the cancelable effects, he's got it all still. He's still the crazy mechanic chain card kind of character, very easy to use, and he's still one of the most oppressive units in the game. So this guy, I'll put him at a calm 4 here. I've seen people place him higher, and honestly, I've been making a lot of comparisons with the LF and the Ultra just because of how dominant the LF is now, man. I'm not joking with you guys. The Paralyze is hella annoying. The Disrupt, the damage, the teams, everything surrounding this trio right here. So if your tags or somehow can revolve around this trio, you guys are eating well. So even God Key characters like MUI being able to be ran with them, kind of busted right now. So I think we're going to move on to the #4 placement here, and I'm just gonna have to still keep it a buck. Frieza, you got it still, man. Obviously the #1 unit in the game is purple, but you are also a powerful opponent, so by nature your individual prowess is holding you up with the tags. At this point I have to drink a water, fam. You would think it'd be between these two, and honestly I'm a 5-6 it, not 6-7 it. Doo-doots. I know, it was very funny. Thank you. But either way, I think if you were to swap this and make Namek Goku 5, I could also see that, but it would be 5 or 6 for one of these guys. Taking a step back, they've been actively trying to, you know, do some type of countering, but at the end of the day, the KO guard is going to remain very valuable, and the Frieza, the beam, you know, all his utility is just actually kind of insane. The way he's able to kind of continue combos. I think the pairing between these guys is still obviously going to be insane with the blast scenario. But I'd probably have Frieza at 5. You know, powerful opponents is just native. You know, we have one crazy blue unit in the meta right now. It's the main purple is kind of walling him to a crazy degree. but it's the same thing here. I think Goku suffers maybe a little bit more because of the anti-lock. He can't make, you know, the primary use of it. Keep in mind, he does, or UCMZ does have to be on the field for it to work. So there's a lot of instances where Goku can obviously catch the unit lacking or still abuse the lock to some degree. And at that point, will it even matter? Because you get disrupt with 13 and you know, this guy's red. So realistically, you would want to make that play against him, and then you can't in a lot of instances. But there are plays where, you know, you can make a snipe. He is a little bit on the star dependent side if you want to see his full value. So that's also something to consider. This list is a high star peak value list, and this is where I'm placing it. This top 6 is completely locked for me personally. We're going to move over to the 7th place character here, which is going... I didn't think about this far. Honestly, this was a very easy kind of placement scenario here. I think I'm going to go with the Super Saiyan 3 Goku. GT is still one of the best teams right now. Vegeta can't be this high without a team. So... individual, but the team basis, you know, this lineup right here. Where's Bomb Goku? So we have to find him. It's been a minute that I didn't even make a video tier list when Bomb Goku came out or got his Zenkai. Shoo. That's what happened, right? He got his Zenkai Awakening. So this team right here is still one of the best teams. It's just how it is. A lot of sustain, a lot of damage. It's self-explanatory stuff, good utility, but it is centered around this guy. So it's one of those teams that has one Ultra, but still competed against great with the triple Ultra scenario. Funny enough, I haven't even mentioned what like triple Ultra lineups you could probably be doing with the new UCMZ. I haven't seen too many, but I'm sure you could throw them all together and find some scenario, whether it's like Saiyans with UCMZ lead, or you could do powerful opponents, like Frieza, CMZ, and either Vegeta lead, or you could do Namek lead, and it's still going to be insanely broken. So I'm going to have to move this down here. I'm going to replace the characters for a second just to make sure everything's good. 7, I'm going to keep it 3Ku. He's definitely been slept on. I think the neutral in his kit, the Vanish Restore in his kit, the final counter is definitely not the biggest detail, but a lot of, I don't want to say survivability. He's another star-dependent character, but the team itself, it's just too good synergy-wise, and it's Vegeta's best team. So he's just gaining stonks for that specifically. Bomb Goku, I'm not having him at 8, although he's on that lineup. Number 8, I think I'm going to have to slide it to, I think from 8 to like maybe 13, we get into those interchangeables where you're making a lot of arguments, or solid ones at that, to kind of, you know, they have arguments to be higher or lower at that point, so it's going to be a little bit more preference based, but I'm going to try to keep it, you know, keep it a bean for the most part. Who did I have? So it's definitely not the androids here. Who is up here? Is there a Zenkai or someone that I think I'm missing? This is a little bit awkward. So who? Okay, I'll start with 10. I think USV can have a calm 10 spot. All his teams that he previously had, whether it was fusions, the pairing with like Kefla, Namek Goku, the juice with the Zenkai buffers, having the best unit in the game, not only paired alongside him. He's a fusion warrior, CMZ's fusions. If you didn't know that, yeah, they can definitely make not only a combo, but he can play as a counter. You know, simply yellow beats purple scenario. But remember this, the gauge, which I did not talk about UCMZ at all. It's something that I completely overlook because it's just an anti, it's like Beast Gohan. You have the anti-Rising Rush, anti-Ultimate arts. There's some characters that can override that with their uncancelable cover null on their platinum equipments, like Zamasu can override this, for example. I don't remember if this guy has the cover null on his plat or not, where that's locked behind, but if he does, then yes, the ultimate theoretically can bypass it if you can't cancel it. So, but just, yeah, just as an option right now, I think he's still very solid on all his previous lineups. It's mainly Fusion Saiyans and stuff like that. So very still one of the tankiest units in the game. Plays the yellow via the purple. You know, purple's the best color. You have a pretty solid yellow to pair and counter. It's a 1 + 1 = 2 scenario. I'm trying to really get in depth with USB and I can't. Y'all get what I'm saying here. 7, 8. Who's here? Is it Kefla? No, it's definitely not Kefla. It's not anyone on this list though. Metal Cooler, I'd have him at a cool honorable mention right now. I'm gonna be honest with you guys. Do not sleep on Metal. He's playing his role. One of the best characters to have for survivability terms. He's got multiple lives. You're building in pure defense. You got powerful opponents. You could juice with Zenkai buffers. There is a lot of scenarios. 13 support, still doing damage, full defense build. Kind of crazy stuff. Do not sleep on my boy Metal Cooler. I'm just being honest with y'all. It's funny that we got a resurgence with Future. So Grunks, transforming Rose, you're probably seeing in this meta. TVB with all these you know, the A tier buffs. I still don't think they're making like top 15 placements in the game. Very, very hilarious. Maybe Cell is. He's, you know, his utility is very good, but his defenses are abysmal and his damage kind of just okay now. His partners are there. I don't know if I can argue with the 15, but I'll just keep him to hang around here. It's Bombku. It probably is Bomb Boy. Gammas, that's who it is, bro. The most overrated unit in the meta currently is the Gammas. I was like, there's someone that I'm missing that got a buff, a Zenkai or Plat, but it's this guy right here. I think I can slap them. I didn't even have him in my 10. I already made this list like a couple days ago. Dude, Gammas have been super overrated, fam. I get their juice, they're pretty good, but dude, there'd be fraud in OD. Like, can't finish the job, and then a lot of instances they get immediately slapped. I found the unit. I remember it now. It's the unit that got buffed. It's this fool right here, man. Powerful opponents. Remember, this guy was definitely seeing some stonks before UCMZ, and it's the same thing here. It's not like he completely evaporates to not see value. So, yeah. So, final form Cooler. This team right here is basically the same team that exists with Merge Zamasu, but with this guy. So the Snipe, Namic's still running around. Self-explanatory shenanigans, bro. Like, these guys are carrying the work. He still plays his niche role. He's still very good. You can't tell me that Namek isn't still a primary in the meta, still being ran. So he's still very playing an important role. But like I said, the top or the bottom three, excuse me, can be interchangeable probably with the bottom three or the first honorable mention characters. So this is probably how I'd list the honorable mentions. We got Metal Cooler, Bomb, Goku, still best on GT, which is one of the best teams in the game. Gammas, Kaioken, you could argue these two is probably where I'd have the Gammas. They're good, but I've seen them a ton in top 10 lists, and I just really don't want to have them there. Super inconsistent. Defensive, it's not actually correct. I don't really want to shit on them. I've seen a lot of instances where they're good defensively and a lot of instances where they're good offensively, but the consistency issue, you know, Android's obviously not the best team in the game, still solid. 13, anything with 13 solid, you can leader Frieza, make a really solid team right there. But I've seen the thing is that they're the best to combat against UCMZ, and bro, they just get sniped. You're running this team right here with Cooler, these guys get sniped. You're running the thing with CM or Merge Zamasu, they're getting sniped. You make any dumb decision, they're getting sniped. And they're just an easy snipe character for me. So I haven't, you know, that's just how it is. They're still valuable and they're like in a 15 position, and that's pretty much that. I can't do much more than that. And I probably have like actually drop all these down here because they're, you know, Kefla, she do be existing, but it's weird. She's just not. She's not retaining, man. The utility's fine. The teams are fine. The cancel buffs. I'm seeing more value from a character like MUI right now. I'm going to be completely honest with you guys. He's seen some crazy stonks with this top lineup right here. So the blue-blue-purple scenario, whether you want to run the support for him, you can actually just run complete God Key with the merge version. It's basically because you're not seeing Frieza as often, or specifically in standard mode and Proud. Guess it's the kind of same thing. Powerful opponents is actually a top competent lineup, and I'm personally running it, having a lot of fun with the team right now. And yeah, I mean, Frieza is just incinerating the team. Now we have a purple protector for the lineup that sustains. Come on, MUI is sort of back. We cannot deny this guy's prowess. He might be seeing some top 15 shenanigans. Honestly, I want to have him above Gammas. I think Gammas is getting a little bit too glazy right now. And that's it. Yeah, I'm not going to glaze these bottom 15. I get Fiku still solid, Kefla solid, Cell, Saiyan Saga, and Krillin. These guys are still good units, but I'm only placing 10, and then honorable mentions would be like a 15 scenario. So, funny enough, I don't want to order honorable mentions, so they're not ordered at this exact moment, but this is going to be my list, you guys. Let me know what you guys think in the comment section below, and yeah, I think we're in for a really healthy meta right now. If I could list like 5 teams on the top of my head, we have powerful opponents, we have Future running the meta, Future existing in the meta, powerful opponents, Future, we have GT still existing, Frieza Saga still exists, Triple Ultra, double variants of that. We have fusions are valid. We have, I guess, other variants of PO movies, God Key, androids, and then pure Saiyans as well. There's a couple of teams to exist, so very, very nice to see right there. But yeah, like I said, like the video, subscribe if you guys are new. Anything you want to talk to me about, feel free to chat in the comment section. But I'll see you guys in the next one. Stay frosty. I am gone.